All right, in this video, we're going to take a look at a very modern, clean-looking field watch from Satori. They're a new British micro brand with a pretty great design for their first watch. This video is part 5 of my May MICROBRAND showcase, in which I am taking a look at 5 different microbrand watches and doing 5 little mini reviews of them all. So here's a quick look at the other watches in this series, and then we're going to take a look at the Companion from Satori Watches. Hey guys, welcome back to Just the Watch. My name's Dave, I live in Japan, and I love to collect affordable watches. Now you might be forgiven if you thought that this next watch was a Japanese micro brand. The name Satori is a Japanese word, it means enlightenment, but they are actually based in Great Britain. So a little bit of an international flair going on there. Now every month I like to take a look at the most interesting micro brand watches that are coming out, and that's what this MICROBRAND Showcase series is all about. This month I'm doing things a little bit differently. Rather than doing one video with everything combined, I've just split it into 5 different short videos. So at the end of this one, I'll let you choose between one of 2 other videos in the series, and you can jump around and pick the watches that you're most interested in. But let's take a look at the Companion from Satori Watches.
The Companion from Satori Watches is a smartly designed field watch with a clean, modern look that's minimal but not boring, and this is a watch that aims to be a go anywhere, do anything kind of watch. This watch is on the large side at 43 millimeters, and it looks large given that it's almost all dial. It also has a pretty substantial 50 millimeter lug to lug. However, these proportions are balanced out by a pretty slim 11.3 millimeter thickness. But still, if you've got smaller wrists, this might be a difficult one to pull off. The watch is well spec'd with a Swiss Sellita SW200 automatic movement, 100 meters of water resistance, and a sapphire crystal. But the question you need to ask is, does this watch do enough to differentiate itself from other competing major brands like Hamilton to justify its price? The watch will be launching on Kickstarter with a super early bird price of about $550 for the first 100 backers, and then it will incrementally increase after that, topping out at $660 for the campaign. However, the planned full retail price is going to be around $735. Price-wise, that puts this watch a little bit on the high end for a micro-brand field watch that's powered by a Sellita SW200. This watch does have a couple of kind of unique design points that make it appealing. The case is done in a fully satinized or bead-blasted finish, giving this stainless steel watch a smooth matte texture that kind of looks like titanium. The mid-case itself is very simple and utilitarian, with no steps or beveling or really flourishes of any kind. However, to keep things from looking boring, Satori has done a pretty unique looking bezel, which serves as the primary point of visual interest on the case. This fixed bezel is rounded off with evenly spaced curved grooves going around the outside of it, which helps to define this watch's personality and identity as opposed to your more standard vintage looking field watches. I think overall what Satori is going for is kind of a modern update to the classic field watch design, and that's something that definitely carries over onto the dial as well. The dial follows your classic military field watch layout with 12-hour printed markers going around the outside of the dial, and then an inner ring of 24-hour kind of military time markings. To me, this looks similar to a lot of Hamilton's field watch dials, however with a more streamlined, modern, contemporary kind of look. The final design cue that really jumped out at me is the kind of wide, shallowly sloping rehaut, which houses a 60-minute chapter ring with triangular loomed indexes at the hour markers. The chapter ring has a nearly seamless connection to the dial, almost making it look like the dial is kind of curving out up to the sapphire crystal. Also, while I like the shape of the syringe hands, I feel like they're a little bit small for this size watch and dial. I would have liked to have seen them both a little bit longer and a little bit thicker. The watch features BGW9 loom, and on this prototype version, the loom on the hands and those triangular markers I feel like is pretty adequate. However, the loom numerals seem to fade kind of quickly. This is something that Satori has said they're going to be amping up on the production model, so hopefully that will be fixed. But even on this prototype, it's not too bad. For most people, I think the biggest challenge to this watch is going to be the size and the price. I think this is probably the biggest field watch that I've actually handled before. And when I first opened the box, my impression was, yeah, this is a pretty big watch. Price-wise, I think this one's a little bit of a challenge as well. I think the Kickstarter Superbird early price of $550 is a pretty fair price for this watch, but I don't think it does quite enough to justify its planned retail price of $735. Finally, it's always important to keep in mind that this is a Kickstarter launch from a brand that is launching their first watch, so there's always a little bit of risk involved with that as well.
Now this watch will be dropping very shortly on Kickstarter. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. Now, if you sat down and watched all 5 videos in a row, this is the last one. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought of the MICROBRAND showcase down below. But if you jumped in the middle and haven't seen all the videos, I'm going to give you a choice between one of 2 other ones in the series, so you can make sure you don't miss any of them. If you want to start at the beginning, check out the Navi Popeye from Vario. Or if you're more interested in a minimal asymmetrical watch, check out the A1 from Ondo. Thank you guys so much for watching the videos. I hope you enjoyed this new format of kind of breaking it up into 5 videos. Let me know what you thought of that as well, but we'll see you later. Bye.